Well, Secret Paladin versus Hunter.
This is a matchup I'm always kind of curious about because it feels like if the Paladin gets off with the right start, you know, like the shielded mini-bot into the muster for battle, it can spell a lot of trouble for Hunter. But say they have to hero power on any of the turns 2 through 4, it usually spells really good things for the Hunter. And this is the kind of hand that's looking like it may have to hero power on one of those early turns. So if Illinois can capitalize on this, I think they're in a great spot. And with their curve right now, I'm thinking they can. Turn 1 King's Relic, turn 2 Freezing Trap to protect it, and turn 3 Animal Companion. They're going to forego that curve, though, and look to use that coin a little bit more advantageously.
Oh, Batman, play the Knife Juggler.
That King's Relic's bound to win the joust.
Nope.
Rats. So now they have to fear muster for battle in this spot, and this is one of the reasons I think I would have liked to see King's Relic, is just the threat of turn 2 Knife Juggler into muster for battle.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly you're looking at a spot where you're like, you're second guessing yourself now. You know, that Leper Nova, that would have been turn 1. That's like Knife Juggler's natural predator. But the King's Relic, you know, it's at a pretty significant risk of dying next turn, with the Knife Juggler sticking around.
Yeah. They're thinking about coining out the Leper Gnome.
Yeah, which I don't disagree with at this point. I mean, they still have Animal Companion on 3. They got Pilot Shredder on 4. They got Lotheb on 5. I mean, their curve was so great. This is what surprised me they didn't do this earlier.
Yeah.
But either way, this Knife Juggler's challenged, and Ohio State currently does not have a way to protect it. They still don't. You know, Haunted Creeper isn't quite a hero power, but given what oh my gosh, ignore everything I just said. That's a disaster for Illinois. Again, they have Animal Companion to lead into this, but Ohio State, they're guaranteed to get a Blessing of King's turn here. And wow, is it looking good. They're going to follow that with Piloted Shredder. They have Consecrate to clear up the board position in case it gets out of control.
They're just going to Blessing of Kings and go for it.
I mean, there's really no question about it. I mean, you end up with a 5-2 on the board that even if it dies, you get some benefit. But King's Relic's a pretty great draw here.
Yeah, King's Relic. And they can Freezing Trap to, you know, negate the Blessing of Kings, or they can Animal Companion if they don't feel too threatened by it.
See if one of these can win a joust. Oh, that's a big one to win, too. Dr. Boom.
And up until this point, Ohio State didn't really have any indication that there was a secret, or Illinois didn't have any indication that was a secret Paladin. This will confirm their suspicions.
Yeah, so Ohio State's got to think about what this trap means for them. And if they want to try to play around it, the best chance they have, I think, is Pilot Shredder and Noble Sacrifice.
Yeah.
But when you have a Pilot Shredder and a 5-2 Haunted Creeper in play, does it really matter which one gets freezing trapped? I feel like
they're both sort of similar.
Right, exactly. So at this point, you know, you have to consider the option also of just proccing the trap prior to Illinois getting an Eagle Horn Bow in play.
Sure, yeah.
So some considerations, it looks like they're going to take the freezing trap route first. Pilot Shredder's going to hit, and then that Noble Sacrifice is going to protect that King's Relic.
Yeah. And, I mean, at this point, I just don't think Illinois put on enough pressure in the early game to really take this game, because Secret Paladin, they are not, it's not really an early game deck. I mean, a lot of its early game focus was secrets and small creatures, but they have a lot of heavy hitters.
Here's the thing, Illinois' hand is heavy hitting right now.
Oh, yeah.
And Ohio State, you know, look at their turn 6. They don't have anything to do, really, other than the True Silver Champion. That's not going to match up well versus the Lotheb. It's not going to match up well versus the Pilot Shredder, even. And Illinois, I mean, it's looking like attack with the King's Relic here. You have the Lotheb or the Pilot Shredder. And then on 6, you have the Animal Companion and the Kill Command, which rolls you into your Dr. Boom turn.
Yeah.
You know, they have a very strong curve versus Ohio State, which I think that the draw density favors them. But they need those draws, and they need them basically right now.
Mysterious Challenger would make this game a lot different if that came off the top. Batman knows it.
I've always found that
Harry Potter knows it.
I've always found that when my opponent jousts a card and they lose with it, it's like never shows up ever. Yeah. They're even going to forego the attack with the King's Relic. They want the beast in play, and Ohio State picks up a Knife Juggler, but it's not any benefit right here.
Well, I don't know. They could play the Knife Juggler, you know, trade in Piloted Shredders, and then if something comes out that has 2 health, they can just consecrate it down. We're left with a nice little board.
It's definitely, I think it's definitely coming down this turn because it's the strongest minion they have in their hand.
Yeah.
But the payoff of it, it's a little bit slim right now. I mean, you pretty much mentioned the one scenario where something great happens to them, It's when the Knife Juggler manages to pick off one of these minions because of the extra spawn they get.
Yeah. I think first off, you play the Knife Juggler and trade Shredders and assess.
Well, the other thing, too, is that the Shredder spawn order matters a little bit here. Illinois is coming down afterwards. Oh, dear.
I mean, I guess True Silver is not the worst.
I think True Silver is totally fine here. It's going to protect. It's going to help, I guess, protect you more against the traps. I mean, Illinois 4 with the attack last turn. You know, what are the chances they attack this turn? And now they have the Knife Juggler down, so they get the extra damage out of it as well.
Yeah.
Ohio State looking like they may have stabilized this, but again, Illinois just with power plays.
Yeah, going to that Dr. Boom turn. Once again, like you said, Ohio State doesn't have any way to deal with it at the moment.
True Silver Champion was really crucial here too, because it preemptively checks that Animal Companion. And that's a very big deal right now when you look at this hand. I mean, they anticipated kill commanding something a little bit larger than a Knife Juggler.
I don't even know if you expect Animal Companion because of the way that Illinois has been playing. Like they played in a way that made it seem like they didn't have a turn 3 play.
Yeah.
Saving the coin, using their turn 2 play on turn 2 instead. It looked like they were planning on coining out a 4-drop. So, I mean, that's the thing is they could have had opportunities to play this Animal Companion. And that's why it's stuck dead in their hand now.
Well, it's not quite dead. You do have to choose that
It's
card.
dead. Okay?
It's going to be.
I declared it.
It's not a card.
I'm the corner of this desk.
Literally, I'm the corner. Help. I want to be a human again. Lotheb is going to shut off any sort of consecrate and really any secret shenanigans here.
Yikes.
And Illinois, once again, forgoes the attack.
What stronger play could you think of than a turn 7 redemption?
Turn 6 redemption.
Oh my gosh.
Ohio State is going to take this time to ensure that Noble Sacrifice is going to be used on a better minion. At the same time, protect their Knife Juggler. But Haunted Creeper Hero Power on turn 7, not a very good looking one. So
No.
Illinois is going to have a chance to strike here with this Dr. Boom. But it's going to have to face down Tyrion first. So is the power of maniacal laughter more powerful than putting your faith in the light? That's the question.
I don't know the answer to that question. I do not.
Is there a world where they don't play Dr. Boom here?
He's like, what do we do, guys?
You think I Dr. Boom? Yeah. Dr. Boom.
You think we Dr. Boom? Are we all in agreement? Okay. Dr. Boom it is.
We're in agreement that the Boombots are just going to hit perfectly too, right? Competitive spirit, poor draw at this point. I mean, this is something that this Secret Paladin deck can suffer from, is once you get to these late stages, you do have your power plays, but oftentimes you start drawing these secrets. And so this is, you know, I mentioned that their draw density, I think, favors them, and that's just because they have more high-end and more mid-range threats, I think. But we're seeing the dark side of it right now, which is if they draw their secrets, really, really bad things happen.
Well, we do have to keep in mind that Noble Sacrifice is still up. Oh, okay. I mean, I'd say that worked out pretty well.
I would say so too. I mean, Dr. Boom is sitting damaged, so it doesn't really challenge the Tyrion in a meaningful way.
And
They still have their Knife Juggler. They still have the Noble Sacrifice.
it's going to eat in. It's going to go into a Noble Sacrifice, which will also get another juggle. Unless they know that it's Noble Sacrifice, have they been able to check for it? Is the thing.
I think that given the way this game has panned out, that they are pretty aware that it's Noble Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see a position where they've done something to see anything other than Noble Sacrifice. I mean, maybe it's a redemption, but at this point, if it's a redemption, you have put yourself in a very bad spot.
Well, I don't think you put them. You put yourself there. They put them there. Tyrion put them there. Ah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely did. But if that was redemption and you had a chance to activate it and you didn't, that's bad news, because at this point, I mean, unless they want to try to kill command the Knife Juggler first. And then what if they swing at the Tyrion and it's not Noble Sacrifice? They're like, oh my gosh, we just took 6 extra damage.
Oh no. Puffer, you're too young.
They got to act. They got to act quick.
They don't know what to do. Ooh.
Well, they're going to be residing to the fate of taking 6 extra damage from the Tyrion. Wow, this is a beating. And then you add...
Did they get it off?
Yeah, you add the swings behind this with the Ashbringer.
Oh, yeah.
I think this just spelled lights out.
I'll show them all.
How on earth is Illinois going to stave off this pressure?
And a Dr. Boom. You know, and that's going to...
Look at Batman. He's going, booyah!
Yeah. I don't know if Batman has ever said that.
Booyah.
But there you go.
Even some juggles to go with it. And they know where they're headed.
Mm-hmm.
It looks tough. There you go.
We found it, Captain.
Wasn't so tough after all. Competitive spirit, redemption. Illinois,
Had to find the right
they need
spell.
to draw James Franco right now because their next card needs to do everything.
Oh, maybe that's what that guy on the left is.
That is not James Franco. And Illinois has dropped this game. Ohio State's going to take a 2-0 lead. Unless a tsunami or an earthquake hits on that side of the... in Ohio.
In Ohio. Very unlikely. Yeah, that's just... Don't even know where to go with the kill command.
They're trying to kill themselves with the boombox.
Yeah. All right, and it looks like we'll have another chance now. See if it happens. That's game.
Yeah. Ohio State, power plays all around.